Okay, today I'm going to make one of my wife's favorite garlicky green beans. You can go to Costco. You can get fresh cut green beans in a bag like this. All we're going to need for this recipe are the green beans, kosher salt, chopped garlic, and black pepper. The first thing you're going to want to do is get a pot of boiling water. First, get it to a boil. We already have our water to a boil, and the next step we're going to do is we're going to do something called blanching. I'm going to get out of here maybe, I don't know, maybe a pound or so of green beans, and place them very carefully into the hot water. I got about half of this bag so far. This is a 2-pound bag. Okay. We're going to blanch these for 2 minutes. A good stir. And one thing blanching does is pretty much softens them up, and they'll still be nice and green. You know, they won't turn dark green from boiling them too long. And this way we keep a lot of the nutrients and minerals that naturally come with fresh vegetables. Make sure you have your pot holders on hand, because when we're ready to take this off, we're going to take it over to the sink. And if you have a strainer, that'd be great. Or what we're going to do once we get to the sink is rinse them off with cold water. I want you to keep the pot though. If you have a strainer, you can dump them in the strainer, and you can rinse it off in cold water there. If you don't have a strainer, you can add the cold water directly to the green beans to cool them off. And basically that's to stop them from cooking. I like to use kosher salt, but you can use sea salt. And honestly, you can really use seasoned all if you want. It's just based on your taste. You can use chopped garlic. You can mince your own garlic, you know, from the garlic bulbs using fresh garlic. You can use crushed garlic. And then if you don't want to use those, you can really use granulated garlic or powdered garlic. You know, it's really kind of up to you. You know, there's no real right or wrong way to do it. The most important thing, as I pretty much preach on anything that I cook, is learning how to cook the base product, whether it be these green beans or whether it be fish or beef. Learn how to cook the product itself. The seasoning is basically a bonus. If you start out with good product and you know how to cook the product, then you will have an excellent dish. These are close to being ready. And this is also based on, kind of based on your own taste. Some people like them really crispy, you know, when you break them in half, you can kind of hear them pop. Others kind of want a nice bend to them. You could bend them all the way and they won't break. Me, I kind of like them somewhere in the middle. That's why I say 2 minutes. You really could go 3 minutes on these though. You could also use frozen. See, these are raw. You can use frozen green beans. Frozen will probably go a lot quicker because as they melt, as the ice melts, green bean will get soft. These are raw and fresh, so they're starting off stiff. Okay. I'll go ahead and turn the heat off. Get my cold water running. Go ahead and turn that on now. I'm gonna take this over to the sink and I'm gonna run some cold water in it, and then I'm gonna strain the water out. Remember, I wanted you to keep the pot. Bring the pot back. Take your cooked green beans. We're going to add them back into the pot. The pot has no water now. A couple tablespoons of chopped garlic. Add that right in the pot. Add some pepper. Now this is really to your taste. If you just like a slight taste of pepper, give it a few shakes, or you know, if you want a little more, then add a little more. It's really no wrong way how to do it. If you like salt, add plenty of salt. If you don't, just a couple shakes. I want to get a spoon so you can stir it up real good. Actually, I think I want a little olive oil. So we're going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil to this. Something I just thought of on the fly. Go ahead and mix that all together. Get a plate to serve it on. Look at that. Nice and green. You can see the chunks of garlic on there. I can smell the olive oil. Perfect. And you're done.